And we live. What it do, fellas? It's Monday, top of the week. How y'all doing out there?
I'm
Sweat,
doing good for a fucking Monday.
what's that?
I'm doing good for a fucking Monday. Shit.
Man, sweatsuit weather, hoodie weather.
Hey,
Man, it's that time of the year, man. I hate the cold, but man, I love wearing my hoodies, man. So I'm so happy we in hoodie season right now. See, Merv got that Kappa look on tonight, that red. I got a different shade of red, but it is what it is. More Jordan apparel than anything else.
was that
Stacks, how
orange
you
red?
doing like that, homie?
It look
Huh?
like orange red.
Nah, this is Jordan red. It's a different type of red. Jordan red.
I ain't know Jordan had a whole color.
Yeah. We do it all. We do it all. This is exclusive for me. This is my exclusive.
Who the
Yeah.
fuck is we? Not no Jordan team, nigga.
Yo, all the Jordans I got stock in this place, man. It's we.
Hey,
It's we now. It's not about
yeah.
all of us.
Jordan thanks you.
The
Jordan said
Jordan community.
Republicans buy shoes too.
right. Absolutely. Yo, Stacks, how you doing there, homie?
Want me to lie to you?
Yeah.
It's been a pretty shitty day. It's gonna be another shitty day tomorrow. I'm just happy that I'm off now, so I can focus on other things until I wake up in the morning and continue with the shittiness that this week is going to be. I know it may seem negative, but it's fact.
What?
Back to you,
All
Shawn.
right. Yeah, thank you. Yo, Marc, how you doing out there?
Shit. I mean, I'm okay. You know what I mean? Shoot, we're getting killed by the Knicks again, but
Yeah, absolutely.
you know what I'm saying? Just like, I pretty much knew that was gonna happen.
Every fucking game is a championship game to Mark, boy. Them
You know
motherfuckers
what I
playing games
mean?
in November.
Listen, when you missing 6 of your top 9, you should be happy that you in games. You know what I'm saying? It's other teams that miss one player and then they just lose. Like I'm
That's
like,
why.
man, that's
That's
messed
why.
up.
I like that. But we old and trash. I mean, I'm willing to go ahead and admit the facts. I mean, Embiid out there, playing the COVID, spreading it around his team. But I get your excitement, man. I mean, this happens when you ain't really win shit since the Reagan administration. So be happy, man. What do you think?
I'm gonna say like this, man. You know what? I mean, with the Lakers, man, I blame the coach. I never liked y'all coach ever. You know what I mean? No matter where he's been, I've never been a fan of Vogel ever. Pacers, I didn't like him there. So I was like, I don't know if it's all his fault. I know, you know what I mean, some people want to, blame LeBron too for that, but I just never been a fan of the coach.
Hey man, I will tell you this, man. Here's my thing with Vogel. We hired Vogel because of his defensive prowess, apparently, but I don't know where that shit is right now. It's early. We 2 weeks in, but I mean, the folks in the old folks home. I mean, the team that we got seem like they can't stay on the fucking court. And AD, I guess AD's out again tonight because he got a tummy ache or his vag lips hurt. I don't know, but he's out. He's going to be out. LeBron, I guess he got some type of injury that may be more serious. Just retire, dude. Go retire and make movies or go get CDL or some shit like that, man. If you ain't built for this shit no more.
So with that said, that's a perfect segue because I wanted to kick it off with LeBron's injury, man. Now they're saying this in a domino stream, and now they're saying he might be out for a week, maybe 2 weeks, could be a month. No one knows.
Longer than that. They said a month to 2 months now.
Up to 2 months, right. And it's like one of those things where if he's going to be out that long, does that impact the Lakers? Are they in trouble at this point? Because now you're asking Westbrook. You're asking Westbrook to be Westbrook now. So are they in trouble?
The trouble with LeBron being on the court, man. They don't play any defense, man. There's no evidence that these guys are going to play the. I mean, maybe they'll pick it up. I don't know, man. I mean, with or without him, it seems as though they have issues. I just wish. I mean, honestly, they need to stop talking about the Lakers and put the focus on the Golden State Warriors because they are doing.
Hold on, not yet, 'cause I want to ask Merv this. we want to park it with the Lakers real quick.
Well, he's a Detroit fan, so he shouldn't even be allowed to talk about basketball. So you can go to Merv.
But I asked Merv this question last week, and I want to ask him this week because now there are conversations. There are rumors about Westbrook possibly. They're talking about trading. Now, again, I don't know how true this is, but they're saying that Westbrook. There's a great chance that if they don't get through this stretch, Westbrook could be traded. Now, again, that may not happen. I think too much is wrapped up in him. Merv, do you see the Lakers trading Westbrook? Can that happen?
Yeah, well, if Braun gives the okay, Braun's still the goddamn GM. So, what's it? Lakers don't fire Frank Vogel, trade Russell Westbrook. Okay, yeah, Frank got to get a lot of blame for this shit. Now I don't know if that came from. That sounded like a cop out, a scapegoat to put it on Russ because Frank ain't doing his fucking job. It was easy to coach the Lakers before now. It was fucking easy to coach the Lakers. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a coach, so I'm not saying like somebody like me can coach the Lakers. But if you have coaching experience, it was easy to coach the Lakers because you had AD and you had Braun. Everybody else is role play. You just rotate the motherfuckers around them. Well, when you got all this supposedly talent, you got Carmelo, you got Russ, you got AD, you got Braun, you got Rondo. Now you have to figure out a rotation. Now you have to figure out who plays best with who. Now you got to figure out minutes. Now you got to figure out who bring off the bench. Now you got to figure out when they go on a run who to keep on. Now he actually has to fucking coach, and he has to figure shit out. Which personalities play together? Who has the best chemistry together? He didn't have to do that shit until now. So all of this showing right now, really, I'm putting everything on Frank. I ain't putting nothing on the players. I ain't putting nothing on general management. They have given Frank, even though they're older, they've given Frank some fucking talent to work with. More talent than he had in the past 2 years. So all the shit's on Frank. Fire Frank, and I think you can write the goddamn ship. You ain't got to trade nobody. To me, all the shit is on Frank. He got the players. The GM did their fucking job. It's on Frank.
Yeah. What do you think, Mark? You looking at Frank or you looking at Westbrook?
No, I'm still looking at Frank. Here's the thing. The Lakers, they say the team's old, but they play the old guys. I'm just like, last time I checked, Kendrick Nunn and Malik Monk are young, and they don't play. You know what I'm saying? Last time I checked, Kendrick Nunn was balling in Miami and Malik Monk was balling in Charlotte. You telling me, just because they on a veteran team, they can't get no burn?
Monk does play now. Don't do that, Mark. He play a little bit. Now, Nunn don't get that much burn. Monk does get in there.
I'm just like, to me, I just look like, listen, you know what? If y'all guys aren't going to play the way I need you to play, I'm going to go deeper into the bench and get guys, who's willing to do it. You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it. It seemed like Carmelo, for his he's playing, the way he's supposed to.
He's playing the best out of all of them.
He's playing the way he's supposed to. You know what I'm saying? They don't really play the white that much. You know what I'm saying? And he definitely uses the center position all wrong.
Right.
I'm like, listen, run the floor, get the rebound. You know what I'm saying? If you out in front, we gonna get you the ball for an easy dunk. I'm like, that's simple basketball. Like, run the floor, rebound. You get out in front, we're gonna give you a touch. You're gonna be right at the basket for a dunk. I don't know how wide is that hard to understand. And the Lakers are a big team, play big boy ball, man. They trying to adapt to the small ball. What is you doing? You the big dogs, play big boy ball. That's on the coach.
Who you want out, Stacks? Do you want Frank Vogel out or do you want Westbrook out?
I agree with Merv. I agree with Merv and Mark. It's fascinating to me that Frank Vogel was hired because of his defensive prowess, and the Lakers have been pretty good defensively, up there in the top tier of the league. defensively since he started coaching. I don't know what the fuck happened this year, but you have to. I don't give a damn. You got a bunch of personalities on your team, all these future Hall of Famers. They need to get rid of you if you're not the guy to get these guys to play defense. I don't see much issues with their offense. The reason I say that because what have the Lakers been really doing in most of these losses? Blowing big ass leads to OKC twice in particular, who I think their only 2 wins are against the Lakers.
Yeah.
But I don't know if y'all watch a Laker game, but it's pathetic. The lack of defense is absolutely fucking pathetic. Like, I might can put up damn 10 on the motherfuckers, and I'm not good at basketball at all.
Yeah. I think you can. They play no defense. I think the other teams are averaging like 120 plus points.
Yeah, about 120.
Yeah, they can't stop anybody. And by the time LeBron comes back, they're gonna have to start trying to figure out how to get back in sync, how they gel together. It's just this could be I hope it's gonna be a disaster. I'm hoping it's a disaster.
Wow.
There's a great chance it's going to be a disaster, and I hope it stays that way. So from one disaster to another, what you thinking about Ben Simmons and
I'm actually, and here's the thing, I said, that a deal, better deals will come up as the season went on, because I was just like, before the season starts, every team thinks that they're good. Every team thinks that they're winners. We don't need Ben Simmons. We gonna stick with our guys. Loser team. Now, I talk about the Celtics, but loser lottery teams who win the lottery every year, y'all not winning shit. Y'all never win. How are you going to dictate who you want to have on your team when you never win? 10 years of losing. So the Celtics, right? The reason that this Jaylen Brown thing is coming up, what I'm saying? If you follow the Celtics even a little bit, they have major chemistry issues, right?
They do.
Particularly because Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown do not want to pass the ball. They are gunners. You know what I'm saying? They just don't like this team. They don't want to pass to them. Just, I'll do it myself. I'm like, hero ball never wins. And this is why the Celtics are basically an average team, because these two guys who are very talented are playing hero ball, right? They need a guy like Simmons. Somebody's going to play defense, facilitate, and run the floor, right? Now, okay, he won't shoot. We all know that. You know what I'm saying? But the things that you actually need to do to win, he'll actually do that. So I'm just like, man, are you going to just have, got 2 guys that score 26 points a game and be 500 for the rest of the year? Or get a guy who actually can facilitate, rebound, play defense, and maybe get you above 500? It's your choice.
I don't want the Sixers to get Jaylen Brown. I really don't.
We know. You know what I'm saying?
Jaylen Brown, man, I remember Jaylen Brown came on the scene, man. I think he came in highly drafted, but I didn't know much about him. But that kid, he been balling ever since he's been in the league. Mm-hmm. Seems like it's a viable trade that Philly is looking at. I hope it doesn't happen. Much like Shawn, I hope all the worst things for the Philadelphia 76ers franchise. I don't want that trade to happen. I hope y'all traded for a pack of Skittles and a Long and an IC.
Ain't happening.
But if they get him, that would I make them. I put them up there already up there in the East as far as contenders. But Jaylen Brown, man, that would be a good move if the 76ers can pull that off and they get to unload Ben Simmons at the same time.
Yeah, we'll see, man. That should be continued. Yeah. So, Marc, I want to flip it back to you, man. The Warriors, man, they're looking good right now, and Klay hasn't even got there yet. What are you thinking, man? I want to say they can push it. They might go for another run.
The emergence of James Poole is unexpected and fucking phenomenal right now with the fucking
Jordan Poole, Jordan Poole, yeah,
Jordan Poole with Golden State right now. Like, it's almost like they got Klay. I mean, he don't have the 3-point killer ability, but I think he went through like a four game stretch when he had like 33, 28, 31, and 25, some shit like that. And when you got Poole scoring like that, and you still got Steph being Steph, that mean Wiggins is getting more one-on-one. He getting easier baskets because they got to concentrate on Poole. You still got Draymond being Draymond. He's like the Army Swiss knife. You know, he's gonna pass. He's gonna steal. He's gonna hit the open shot. You got Wiseman come off that he got a little better from last year. So still got the big bodies with Looney. And then you 8-1. Right now you look like the best team chemistry-wise and best record-wise. And motherfucking Clay not even back. Like Clay not playing at all. No. So that's scary. But here's the thing that people probably is not saying. Could Clay come back? Could he kind of be a monkey wrench in the chemistry that they've developed? Is that possible?
With his game style, I can't see it because Clay is a catch and shoot and he a defender. That's all they need. The thing that stands out to me about Golden State is not what they're doing offensively; it's what they're doing defensively. They are the #1 defensive team in the league right now.
And guess what? Curry's the #1 rated defensive player.
Yes,
player in the league right now.
Wiseman ain't back yet though, right?
No. Wiseman not back yet neither.
Look, man.
and no one's talking about them. They're really under the radar. They're really playing under the radar. They're playing great defense. They're moving the ball. Like Murph said, they got chemistry. You add Clay to that. Clay just he's just a catch and shoot. You play somebody like that who's a catch and shoot.
And he's one of the top defenders in the league. If he can still defend after that, yeah.
Right. So they don't even need him to be the defender Clay. They just need him to be catch and shoot Clay. They get catch and shoot Clay. Whoo.
Hey yo, reason I'm laughing, man, Shawn, Byron, Marc, just when LeBron stands, thought they was rid of the Warriors. boy. And the thing is, man, I want to win a championship. I don't see it right now, but man, I know some LeBron stands in some of these sports groups, man. You still meant that like they hope Curry get run over by a fucking truck because he's having an MVP type season early in the season, and the Warriors are going to be there at the end, probably a #1, #2 seed. But it's like you mentioned, if the chemistry still going to be there once Wiseman and Clay come back, I think it will. I just like watching good basketball, man. I've seen those guys playing Poole. It's some players that just getting the right fit, and like Murph said, Poole out there balling. I don't know if he do that with any other team, man, but he just got a good fit, man. He fits into that rotation and that team really well, man. And the Warriors are they back, man. They back.
They might be back.
Okay. So real quick, man, we gotta give more shout outs to the Warriors. I don't know whether it's to the organization, the Coach Kerr, and I know Mark Jackson started all this, but it seems like everybody that comes to the Warriors, we're all saying the same shit. Yo, they're just a good fit. They're a good fit to the Warriors. They're a good fit. I think the way the Warriors are set up, the team is just a great fucking team where they play basketball and they play to the strength of the people that they sign, and they make them a good fit.
They do. They're not selfish players.
And you have sharp and Merv. It's funny you say that because in sharp contrast, when you come to a LeBron-led team, the exact opposite. You have to adjust your game style,
right,
in order to play with LeBron James. So that's a really good point.
Well, that's probably because LeBron James doesn't want to adjust his game style.
Absolutely,
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. And Curry does that. Curry's like, I can play off the ball, I can play on the ball. What do you need me to do? I'm still a shooter at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And that's it. LeBron is like, I need to bring the ball up court to be effective because I'm the best passer in the league. I got to get you guys.
So he thinks.
That's what he thinks. Like, and that's how he plays. I'm a basketball savant. I know more basketball than you know, so I have to run it this way. So you need to get in position to score. And those players cannot be who they are. Russell Westbrook can't be maximized Russell Westbrook in the Lakers uniform, in my opinion. No,
well, not playing alongside LeBron. Huh?
No. Even with him and AD, he's going to struggle because he has to play underneath the rim. That's where AD strives. The elbow, outside, inside out. That's how AD plays. That's where he get his points from. Russell is not a spot-up shooter. He's not a shooter at all. So now you got someone who's not a shooter who's going to clog the lanes because he's going to drive to the lanes and he's going to get it. They're going to get in the way of each other. I hope it's a disaster. I hope it implodes.
You already said that, man.
Okay, I'm just saying. I hope the Warriors do come back and prove to everyone that they're not done, that their run is not over. I'm rooting so hard for Steph Curry. I'm rooting for Klay Thompson to come back to show why he should have been one of the top 75 players in this last rollout. And I hope they get it done. I really do.
Hey, before y'all leave that, who goes on the bench when Klay come back?
It won't be Wiggins. You know what I'm saying? Because he does everything. Plays defense, rebounds.
So Poole. Okay, Poole then.
They'll be Poole.
Either Wiggins or Poole. It's either one of them.
You know, and thing is, Poole, you could just move him to the 6-man role and then just let him kill as soon as he comes in the game. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, if you're the coach, you just talk to him, all right, just go in there and light it up, which he will do. And it's a guy probably be like, yo, man, the ball got 18 points in the quarter. Like, that's the role he's going to be put in. If he's hot, he's going to be able to do something like that.
Yeah. I put Poole on the bench. I bring him up. He's my 6-man. He get that second unit going, and we good.
Guy like that, man. Merv, you might like this. You know what I'm saying? You use him as a new age Vinny Microwave Johnson.
Damn. Shit.
Bro.
We took it back on that one.
Yeah.
80s.
The microwave. Damn.
The microwave.
Vinny Johnson.
All right, so fellas, let's get into some NFL real quick, man. Yesterday was upset Sunday.
A great day in the NFL. I'm happy.
Yes,
I'm probably only one on this panel.
Who would have thought that these teams would have lost these games, man? Majority of these teams, if you will.
Crazy.
Yeah, that Bengals, and put that back up. Yeah, the Bengals. I don't know how the fuck Bengals lost. I don't know how the fuck Cowboys lost. I don't know how the fuck the Buffalo Bills lost to fucking Jacksonville. Atlanta beat New Orleans. And 49ers got their ass whooped by. It's not really an upset because
not at all. Not even a little bit.
It's not an upset. But
it kind of is though. But it kind of is though.
Well, the way they got dominated
by Colt
offensively by a non-Kyler Murray, non-Nuke Hopkins offense is fucking crazy.
I love it.
It's not an upset, but the domination offensively that they did, and the Rams got beat the fuck up by Tennessee on the physical level with no Derrick Henry.
Dude scored like 2 touchdowns in 11 seconds. Then after that, it was a wrap.
It was a wrap.
Jacksonville, they're using the defense. That they're playing against KC now. I think Merv, you mentioned this the other week. That single high safety or whatever, and it's confusing the shit out of Josh Allen. He couldn't figure it out. You know what I'm saying? And that's why he looked bad. He couldn't figure it out.
That same shit kind of happened to Stratford yesterday, man. That pick six that came out of nowhere and snatched that shit, took it to the house.
And that's what Stafford showed on the sideline. He said, "Where did he come from? He came out the sideline."
Right.
He came off the bench.
I was loving watching all the. I didn't watch my fucking sorry ass WTFs. No typo. Lose week after week. So yes, I'm the only non-loser on the panel right now. Dude, it feels great.
I told y'all the Cowboys were going to lose to Denver. I said it before. I said, look, this is not a good game. They got the big head. They're hearing Super Bowl talk. They got defensive rookie, got the player of the week. all these great things are happening. They're reading the press. When they came out and ran the ball on 4th down and won twice back to back and got nothing from it, I was like, yeah, it's about to be a blowout because they start feeding themselves and they start getting crazy and crazy and it rolled downhill, man. And it didn't only help because now you got, the Rams, they lost, which was great. I'm glad they lost. And I was hoping that San Francisco would take care of business, but they got ran over. It was just a bunch of upsets yesterday.
They had one job and let Colt McCoy, who was our age, beat their ass.
One job.
I'm gonna say like this. Everybody, Colt McCoy comes in, right? And he's done this the last few years, right? And it's just like, oh, it's Colt McCoy. But Colt McCoy always seems to be productive when you don't count on him to be productive.
Right.
Because he did it for Washington, for a few years. He did it with a team before that. This guy come in, throw for like 250 yards, throw touchdowns, no interceptions. I'm like, he does exactly what you want a backup quarterback to do when his name is called to come in. He does it. He does it all the time.
Yep. He got the Cowboys a couple of times. Man, he played for Washington.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna mention it.
He got us a couple of times. So
What he does.
I know about Colt McCoy. I know Colt McCoy a little all too well.
Well, Marc know about his ass now. So
yeah, yep, you know about him now. But yesterday was upset Sunday. Again, man, I'm glad we got humbled like that. I don't feel good about going against Atlanta next week because I just don't feel right about it. But we'll see what happens, man. The NFL is the NFL, man. This happens. These kind of weeks happen. Even Kansas City barely beating Green Bay. There's a problem in Kansas City right now. And
Kansas City ain't good this year for some reason. I don't know what it is, man.
Well, I'll tell you one thing.
It's what me and Marc talked about 3 weeks ago. That's what Kansas City problem is. I'm
gonna tell you one thing. It don't matter if Aaron Rodgers has COVID or the walking Ebola. He's playing, for next week. You know what I'm saying? After what that backup quarterback only got 7 points. It ain't no way Aaron Rodgers ain't gonna be on the field. No way.
And Jordan Love bitch ass cost me a lot of money yesterday, motherfucker.
No way that boy ain't gonna be on the field.
He hurt himself. Because now Green Bay is at Aaron Rodgers' mercy.
He looked bad yesterday against a defense that was set up for him to have success. Because let's be honest, Kansas City's defense fucking trash this year, like super duper trash.
They have been. Yeah. They have.
So
been.
I had an expectation that he was going to go out there and light the world on fire. So I didn't pick him up with my fan dude, but I definitely picked up Devontae Adams, motherfucker, 42 yards. Why? How do you know what, man? I don't want to talk about him, man.
Yeah, terrible.
So going from one team to another, now we got Odell out there. He done hit the wire. No one picked him up yet. They already said that. I think it was the Lions already come out and said they don't want him.
I wish they was pick his ass up because of the shit that I guess his publicist or agent talked about. If you're not a contender, it's going to be problematic if you pick up Odell Beckham Jr.
Yeah.
I get all that, but man, why you got to put that shit out there into the atmosphere, man?
Who did that?
His agent, someone from his camp said that if you're a because the waiver wire, which I just learned, it works just like in fantasy, whereas sorry, his team got dibs.
Yeah.
So matter of fact, I hope we pick his ass up. That'd be a good punishment. We in the bottom.
I think most teams will stay. I think most teams will stay away from him, though. That's what I think. No, I think he's probably going to end up going exactly where he wants to go.
A contender's going to pick him up.
Yeah,
I hope y'all know. I hope y'all don't think that nigga is washed. I hope y'all not thinking that.
No,
but people do think that, and that's the problem.
That is not what I'm saying. I know he's not washed, but I hope. I know a contender's gonna pick him up, but it would be funny if Detroit or Washington picked him up because of that bullshit that his camp came out with.
Detroit already said no.
That's all I'm saying. I know.
Well, Detroit already said no.
I'm gonna say like this, right? Because I've been hearing this. OBJ is washed and he ain't good, and and I'm like, I'm looking and I'm like, his quarterback was Baker Mayfield. I mean, pure garbage. I'm gonna say just like that, right?
I wouldn't say pure.
I'm like, listen, this guy, I mean, if he had a 7-on-7 drill where in a red jersey, he still couldn't throw for 300 yards. You know what I'm saying? The point is, man, they're a run-based team, and the reason why they're a run-based team because he can't throw for shit. You know what I'm saying? Any pass over 10 yards is a problem. You know what I mean? And yeah, I know he had the bomb yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Because they weren't even looking for it. They was like, man, this guy's going to throw past 10 yards. You know what I'm saying? People need to stop. I agree with OG Steve Smith. They called him out just like he is. He's very, very average. He's the most average quarterback in the league on a playoff team. On a team, you know what I mean, that actually can, you know what I mean, can play. You know what I'm saying? He ain't nothing but a number 2 or a clipboard holder. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, with Odell Beckham, okay, he's not washed.
He's not.
I never had that ideology as far as Odell Beckham, but can he stay on the field?
Yes, and that's the problem.
He is a little injury prone.
That's the problem.
That's the problem right there.
He's not your type of receiver that's going to give you chunk yards. Like, he's not going to give you 10 receptions, 120 yards, or 100 yards. He's going to give you a big play here and there. He's always been that. He's been that guy that would give you a big play here and there. Now, he had a great year that year when Eli Manning went crazy. Right before they got him up out of there when it was going to the playoffs, and they messed around and got on that speedboat. All those guys got on a speedboat and lost the game, which I was so happy about. But wow. Odell needs to be around a very creative offensive coordinator, someone that's going to get him involved early and get him in a good rhythm. If he doesn't get in the rhythm, he's that type of player where he put himself out the game because he's so passionate that he just put himself out the game, period, if he's not in the rhythm.
Well, he said, yeah, I mean, he's rumored to go to Seattle, you know, so play with Russell Wilson. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying that's his preferred destination.
Yeah.
And Russell Wilson comes back like this week. You know what I'm saying?
So Lockett, Metcalf, and Odell Beckham Jr., is he going to go there bitching about getting targets? Because we all know that the primary target is going to be Lockett. I fuck with Lockett as much as I can in fantasy and in FanDuel because he's Russell Wilson's number 1 target. Does he go up there and mess up the chemistry by bitching about targets? Because he's known for doing some shit where he's bitching about the ball.
So I don't know. Russell throws the ball. He throws the ball a ton though. He throws a lot.
As most in the last 10 years, that's just what wide receivers do. I mean, Terrell Owens did it. Moss asked for the ball. Wide receivers going to ask for the ball. If you go to Seattle, he's going to take targets away from Lockett because they're kind of similar, but he's better than Lockett. He's more talented than Lockett. He won't take targets away from Metcalf because Metcalf is a separate entity on what the fuck he can do. And I don't think he gotta go to know this and this kind of creative team. You just gotta go to the team that's gonna throw him the ball. And have a quarterback that could get him the ball.
Yeah, you got to give him some good offense. You got to give him some good offense because you got him. I don't agree, Mark. I think Baker Mayfield is an okay quarterback. I don't think he's trash. I
don't think he's trash either.
He plays really well when he doesn't have to overthink. Having OBJ trying to force the ball to him. That's what hurts him. You don't get the ball to the open receiver. You got Jarvis Landry on one side. You got OJB on the other side. As a quarterback, you got to dictate that. You got to dictate where the ball is going to go to. You can't.
I just don't think, you know, like, man, you have Jarvis Landry, OBJ. You have that tight end Njoku. You know what I mean? When Kareem Hunt was healthy, you know what I mean? He was your third down back, passing back. I'm just like, yo, you have a lot of weapons out here, man. Guys should be going for 100 yards every game. You know what I'm saying? And they're not in his quarterback play doesn't allow them to do that. You get them with a good quarterback, a guy can throw. You know what I mean? These guys probably putting out lights out stats.
Two things. Baker Mayfield is being treated like a black quarterback right now. And when I say that is calm down, Stacks. Let me explain. I saw your face perk when I say that. When I say that, Cleveland is not. When you get a quarterback, a lot of times quarterbacks struggle or they don't play good because they go to these teams that is determined to make the quarterback play the offense that they envision instead of playing to the strength of that quarterback. Cleveland vision strong, a big offensive line, and we're gonna run. Baker Mayfield don't get in a rhythm. Odell Beckham don't get on no rhythm. They don't have an offense that's gonna get Odell Beckham, Landry, Joku, those kind of touches. Baker Mayfield need to be in a running gun offense. He need to be in a shotgun RPO type stuff, like Baltimore type offense. How they used to have Cam type offense. Like needs to be like how Kyler Murray kind of offense. That's kind of offense that Baker Mayfield need to be in to succeed. And the other thing is, it's still Cleveland. When's the last quarterback has been successful in Cleveland? Like they had a good year last year, but that seemed like the anomaly. Cleveland has been a garbage organization for a while.
Facts.
And I think that's part of the Cleveland Brown bullshit.
Here's what I don't subscribe to about Odell Beckham, man. As far as we just got to get him to a team where they can get him the ball. To me, that's going to disrupt chemistry. We can say, I mean, is he going to be on the field to catch the ball? I see him going to the Saints. I see him going to the Saints because it already came out and said that Michael Thomas is out for the season.
Yeah.
Which Michael Thomas pulled the fucking Scottie Pippen on New England and decided not to get surgery when he should have. He would have been back by now. But I think the biggest landing spot would be the Saints. But does he want to go to the Saints because they really don't have a vibe? They got a backup quarterback.
He might stay in Cleveland and go to the Saints.
Right.
I don't see him going to. I heard Seattle. He needs to go to a team that has a good quarterback that can read and go boom, 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 boom. That you don't have to set up this creative shit. You just need Seattle be perfect. You got Odell with Lockett and him and Russ. Russ will be able to go through his 1, 2, 3 check down, 1, 2, 3 check down. You just need to go to a team like that. This is how when the Raiders had Moss, and Moss was thinking up the shit. Moss was uninspired. He didn't want to play. Motherfucker was saying Randy Moss need to retire. Motherfucker went to the Patriots and broke 2 big-time wide receiver records. And it was undefeated until they got to the Super Bowl. This is the same scenario, in my opinion. He go to a good quarterback, he gonna light shit up.
He ain't gonna put up Moss numbers.
I ain't say he gonna put Moss numbers up.
You said he'll do the same thing.
Huh?
You said he'll do the same thing.
Yeah, I said he gonna light shit up.
He ain't that type of receiver.
Yeah, shoot. I mean, if you have a good enough quarterback, you know what I'm saying? But the quarterback got to be good.
He gets somebody members emotion getting in the way, and that takes him out of his game. And
he has to be healthy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Them DBs know I'm a fuck with this dude, get in his head.
Right.
And y'all see what Josh Norman did to him.
Right. And he's out of control. He goes, he's not that dude wired right, man. He gets out of control. He started talking to the fan.
When he punched the goalpost and the goalpost punched him back.
Right.
Yeah.
He's not mentally stable, man, on that field. Right. Man, you get in his head, he's a wrap.
All right.
So let's get into the Mark 5, man.
Yeah.
We can't do Fast 5 or Mark 5.
Yeah, I mean it's the Mark 5. Yeah, I mean F9 was trash. Yeah, I mean let me say that again. You know what I'm saying?
Relax, man. Relax. So, the first one on our Mark 5, man. We got the Canelo versus Plant fight, man.
Oh boy. All right, I mean, you know what, Shawn? I'm saying I'm gonna let you take this. This is very easy. All of us is gonna take one of them. Shawn, you're gonna start with this one.
Canelo is the best fighter right now, pound for pound in boxing, and the way he beat Plant the other night, man, it makes you appreciate Mayweather even more because Mayweather gave Canelo a boxing lesson.
Yeah, he
did. Everyone that Canelo has fought over the past couple of years now, he's gave them a boxing lesson. He's fought some of the best fighters out there, and he punished them. And now you go back and look at that fight with Mayweather. Mayweather gave him probably one of the best ass whippings you can see on a boxing ring.
Yep.
And now you're seeing what Canelo is doing to these fighters. We gotta stop not appreciating Mayweather, man. Mayweather has beat the best. He made them look like average, and these guys he made look like average, they're dominating the sport right now. And Canelo is one of those guys at the top of his game.
All right, for Murph, who watched the UFC fight? Anybody see it?
No,
You know what I'm
that's that
saying?
one.
Did you see it, Shawn?
Yep, you know I did.
I fell asleep before it came on, man.
All
But
right, Shawn. Yeah, I mean,
glad
we gonna fire right to you again, man.
All right.
Usman Covington.
Yo, Usman, I'm glad he beat the crap out of Covington again.
Yes, love it.
He broke Covington's jaw the first fight. Covington was talking that crazy talk. He had the MAGA hat on. He was getting a little racist on that first fight, and Usman broke his jaw. And now, the second fight, he came back and beat him up pretty bad again. I'm glad that he got Covington up out of here. I hope they don't fight again. I hope that Usman moves on to a different fighter. I think it's time for him to move on to a bigger fighter or do something different at this point. Covington is trash. He showed it. He showed that he cannot handle Usman. He was talking to Usman's father. He was getting very disrespectful in the press conference, trying to hype the fight up, and he got outclassed once again. Usman might be the best pound for pound fighter in the MMA right now.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. All right, what we got next?
The next one we got, this is yours, Marc.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'll gladly take this one. Listen, like I said before, F9 was trash, right? So Vin Diesel, who really, came at The Rock, like, because when The Rock came in on Fast 5, right, he was not welcomed by Vin Diesel at all. Vin Diesel, I'm the franchise guy, and actually Rock, from the stories I read, he was really just trying to fit in with the cast. A lot of the other cast liked him, but you know what I'm saying, Vin Diesel really just gave him a hard time on the set of that movie. And The Rock, really just could have been like, I ain't coming back. He came back, for more movies after that. And Vin Diesel, just was an asshole to him. You know what I'm saying? So Rocky is just like, yo, I'm not coming. I'm not signing back up for that. I'm good. You know what I'm saying?
What I want y'all to do when y'all get some time, I got to speak on this a little bit. Google the most popular people on the planet.
Right.
The reason I'm telling you that, you know whose name y'all probably guess whose name is going to show up.
Mm-hmm. And whose name is it?
Name is not. That's all I got to say about that.
I just like, man, listen, I'm trying to tell you, The Rock, man, he's all right with me. I'm like, man, he's all right with me. I love Ballers. You know what I mean? For the show that
Ballers was the shit, bro.
Show all time.
Ballers was the shit.
I'm just like, I'm just like, the only person who's gonna have a problem with him, is like an asshole like Vin Diesel. And then like, you should show up for Fast and Furious 10. And then he want to tell some back in the day story like, yo, man, you know what I'm saying? I remember when you used to, look out for my kids or whatever. Come on, that was 10 years ago, man. We don't give a shit about that. Use a bum for that, man.
Wow.
And F9 was trash. And guess what? You better hope The Rock is in it. So 10 don't be trash. You know what I'm saying? And I really don't want to see it. But guess what? All my nephews and little cousins, will be wanting to see this shit. And I got to take them. You know what I'm saying? But I'd rather not see it. You know what I mean? So that's just how I feel about it. I'm just like, the franchise needs to be over.
I'll tell you something else too. Why they might have trouble getting The Rock, because over the last 3 or 4 years, the number one paid grossing actor is the fucking Rock.
Yep.
The number one gross paid actor of the last 3 or 4 years has been The Rock. So motherfucker really don't Fast 10 don't mean shit to him.
Yeah. Good for him. Good for him.
Yeah, there's another one.
Yeah, it's going to be the last one too. It's going to be the last one. Get out.
All right. So our next one, man. Travis Scott concert tragedy, man.
Let me go here. You know what I'm saying? Let me go here real quick, man. This was a tragedy, beyond proportion. Prayers, up to the victims' families.
Absolutely.
This could have been prevented, but I'm gonna tell you one thing. A lot of people are blaming Travis Scott for the whole shit wrong, because guess what? There's been other concerts where this has happened. You know what I'm saying? Just the spotlight just happens to be on this one right now.
Yep.
But the advice I would give to Travis Scott, you are the master of ceremonies. It's your show.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Now, I understand you on a big stage. You got the pyrotechnics going on and all that, but you got to have a sixth sense when you're on stage. You know what I'm saying? And if you see anything that you think is bullshit, or your security team or the security there thinks something is some bullshit, you know what I mean? The master of ceremonies got to shut it down. yo, if y'all don't get in line, yo, cut the music.
Cut the
Y'all
music.
don't get in
Right.
line, you know what I mean, for it, then guess what? There ain't gonna be no show.
Right.
And I've seen performers actually do this.
Yep.
You know, like, I mean, just being in shows, different shows and stuff like that. Crowd getting a little rowdy, might be some fighting going on. The MC just cut it. I ain't doing no more until you stop your bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So why do y'all mean for real didn't Travis Scott do this? That's the only problem I have with that. I know everything isn't in his control, but guess what? You got to have your team right. And if your team, y'all mean, is right, then guess what? Is maybe less of a tragedy would have happened. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna say one more thing, right? This really was kind of a really, it's really a real big thing, for the younger people, right? Because I'm just like my nephew, right, who goes to school in New Jersey. They had the guidance school counselors talking to the kids and just, like, I'm saying, like, yo, if you need any mental health or whatever about what happened. This happened in Houston, right?
Yeah.
But they call my nephew and they call a few other guys from the school first, to see, just if they're okay. Because, they know who all the rappers are in the school, my nephew being one of them.
Mm-hmm.
And, just to express their feelings and just what they think. And they're putting something together where they're just, writing, for real, what they feel in their heart to the families of the victims and everything like that. So, I mean, for the younger generation, man, I feel for them because this is a real big thing. And then Travis Scott spoke about it, and he didn't speak about it from a place of, yeah, well, I'm this big rap star. I mean, you could tell he was really affected by what happened. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so I would just like don't blame him, for what happened. I understand it got away from him a little bit. It's gonna be a bunch of lawsuits coming. That's expected. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are in those lawsuits because Drake's company was involved with this Astro World thing. Jay-Z obviously has Live Nation, Rock Nation, and a few other very prominent people were involved, with the production of the show. So I get it. But you know what I'm saying? I'm just like, it's tough, man, for a lot of these kids. And it's just a sad situation. And hopefully, some kind of thing, where everybody can kind of move forward, man. You know what I'm saying? And just deal with the grief, but try to be positive and try to be pull out of it.
I think that I think it's a good gesture that he's paying for the funerals, and I think everybody got it. If I'm not mistaken, everybody also got a refund for the concert.
Yep.
I don't blame Travis Scott all that much simply because there's a couple of factors. It's kind of like a perfect storm for stuff like that to happen. You got security obviously went on the top of their game.
Nope.
And you got to factor in COVID fatigue, man. People are back outside attending these events a little overly excited, and I mean that's a thing in my opinion. And people trying to rush the stage, stampede and stuff like that. Tragic situation, no doubt. But I'm not gonna. A lot of people are putting the vast majority of the blame on Travis Scott, and I really don't think that's fair.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When tragedy happens, they're going after the biggest name that's around.
Yeah.
We're in a lawsuit era where everybody's looking for some kind of way to come up. So if any kind of death or tragedy or injury happen, and there's a celebrity somewhere close or involved with that, everybody gonna put the blame on them because they see dollar signs, and that's what's gonna happen.
Can't even still on a fucking
Yeah.
still on a nigga motherfucking white suit.
Yeah, Nick, a security guard was poked with a needle. I don't know if he was drugged, but he definitely was stabbed with a needle.
Why? Why? Like, man, Jesus Christ.
That's what they do, man. That's what they do. So our last one.
Man,
quarterback.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna say something real quick, and I'm gonna kick it over to Stacks. Not only does Aaron Rodgers double down on the lies, but he quoted Dr. Martin Luther King. Stacks, I'm gonna let you take it from here.
Listen, man. I had a lot of respect for Aaron Rodgers. I guess I was just seeing it through the lens of him as a football player, but the bullshit excuses and him invoking Martin Luther King, that's just classless. Uh, I think there's a lot of people out there. We live in a society now where there's a lot of individualism, and there's a lot of celebration of people that's going against the grain. Oh, they're doing their own thing. They're a free thinker, and all that type of shit. And that's fine if you're going to be an individual. But there are some instances, occupations, and things that you're going to come across in life where you're not. You got to be. You got to be. It's not just you. It's not just about you. It's about the collective. And to be perfectly honest with you, he put his teammates and the people around him in danger, all because he wanted to fake like he was vaccinated, because the protocols are different for you if you're unvaccinated versus vaccinated. So it's another case of white privilege again, and like Uncle Shay said, the shop said, that's white privilege. The whole thing is draped in dirty, nasty white privilege. And Aaron Rodgers he's good to go. He's going to play the next game, and 2 or 3 weeks later, everybody's going to forget about it because he's a great quarterback. But as far as character, he has lost all fucking respect as far as his character. Still a great quarterback, but nobody wants to hear that bullshit. You talking to fucking Joe Rogan and shit. When they mentioned Joe Rogan and all that shit, motherfucker, like, okay, bro, you lost me there. Because now, and the thing about it is, I can see if Aaron Rodgers was uneducated. We all know that he's been always known as a cerebral guy that's really smart. With the cow, he's a smart guy. So, motherfucker, you knew what you was doing. You knew the intent. You just got caught. And I like the fact Terry Brad, you got a lot of people in the sports world calling his ass out. Everybody except for Stephen A. Smith, who's backpedaling now because Jay Williams called his ass out for being so compassionate about coming for Kyrie and not really coming for Aaron Rodgers like that. But this is par for the course for Stephen A. Smith, man.
Man, let me speak on this real quick. So everybody knows, as a quarterback, I love Aaron Rodgers. I ride out for Aaron Rodgers as a quarterback. I always been defending him. He's always been an asshole though. Off the field Aaron Rodgers this don't really shock me, because he's always been kind of like, he always walk around with a chip on his shoulder and with a little tutor with now. So he's always been an asshole. I still don't see enough or the same amount of black people going or commenting on Aaron Rodgers shit as the black community was getting on Kyrie. That's what's more troubling to me, because when we fuck up, why we can't hold black people accountable? We quick to jump on somebody from the black community. Aaron Rodgers lied and doubled down. I'm not hearing as much chatter in the fucking media or the black community about this Aaron Rodgers shit as opposed to the Kyrie shit. That shit troubles me. I always hated that shit, because that's what the fuck we do. We quick on a larger scale. We're quicker to crucify us, and we let everybody else everybody else off the hook. Now that's thing about Aaron Rodgers. Okay, you didn't want to get vaccinated. You lied, but you're really gonna be fucking quoting Martin Luther King? Nigga, have you ever quoted Martin Luther King on any fucking thing else, on any interview, on any dialogue? Have you ever quoted Martin Luther King? But you gonna quote Martin Luther King talking about why we don't have to wear a mask? That's just like when somebody get in trouble and they talk about God, talk about the Bible. That's bullshit. That's bullshit, Aaron. Like, there's no need of quoting no Martin Luther King and talking about it's similar shit.
I think that the Aaron Rodgers. Here's one thing I disagree. I think that Aaron Rodgers is getting more coverage in the media. I think he's getting as much coverage as Kyrie was. And the reason I'm saying this is simply because this happened. I forgot what date this happened, but they're still talking about this. I think it's been about a week. And as far as here's what I don't like, as far as when someone from our community does something, I don't think that Merv, you're right. You got some people out there that's not as vocal, black people out there that's not as vocal about Aaron Rodgers' situation.
I'm talking about, and that's what I'm talking about. I ain't talking about the overall media. I'm talking about the blacks, the black media, the black people, the black community. The same way, I'm not hearing as much like Kyrie. Like people's going in on Kyrie, and for days call him dumb, call him stupid. I can't believe you just need to get like. I'm not hearing the same shit with the Aaron Rodgers situation as with Kyrie. At least Kyrie was up front and told you, this is my status, this is my ground, either accept it or don't fuck with it. But this is my belief. But you got somebody that's Aaron Rodgers who's been manipulating situation. He's talking to us like you talking to your damn girl, like using wordplay. The damn, what did you cheat? I ain't touch that girl. What did you get? I don't know. Like he's manipulating the whole shit. Like that's even worse.
Yeah. But you know what?
He can do the same things that people vaccinated can do, and he's doubled down. So it's just I find what he's done is a lot more egregious than what Kyrie's done.
I think we can all. I think we can all. I think we can all agree on that. I think we can all agree on that, man. That you know, it's just a scumbag move. He's still going to play, and then we'll just see. How these stories play out, man. You know what I'm saying? We'll just see how it plays out, man. In the next coming weeks. But I'm quite sure we'll be talking about this down the road. You know what I'm saying? So nothing surprising me about that. You know what I mean? Shawn, what we moving on to next, homie?
Hey, I agree with Nick J too. I'm tired of this shit as well.
Yeah.
With Nick J coming, I'm tired of vax wars. I'm so over that shit.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Let's finish up with the entertainment and music so we can get to our main topic. We got 3 minutes, so I'm gonna go through these real quick. We got Wu-Tang Saga continues. We got another round coming up, the 3rd round, final season. Hulu normally only do like 3 seasons anyhow, so this is the last season of the Wu-Tang Saga, American Saga. I'm excited about it. They're going to get into the lost tapes that he lost in the flood, so I'm sure they're going to focus on that. It's going to be hurtful for me and Mark, but I'm waiting for that.
I'm gonna say one thing real quick, man. That last episode when he lost all that music, that I relate that episode to a TV character that you love that got killed on the show. That's exactly what I related to right there.
Yo, Ghost is not dead, man. Ghost is not dead, man. Ghost is not dead. Like I'm telling you.
You need to let that shit go, bro.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
So,
I can't say Ghost is dead either.
Ghost is not dead. He's gonna come back
to a body.
He's gonna come back and body on Tyreek punk ass. Last episode of book 2, he's gonna body Tyreek, man.
Got you.
Yo, Liquid Swords 26-year anniversary.
Yep.
I love this album, man. Got 4 mics. The Genius got 4 mics.
The Genius, see?
The Genius, just a genius. I'm glad that he's getting his flowers. Even on the show, they're talking about the Genius a lot on a Hulu show. The guy who, matter of fact, Mark, the guy who's playing the Genius, he's from Staten Island. So
that's what's up. That's love.
He did his homework, man. But the Genius 26-year anniversary of the Liquid Swords album, one of my favorite albums. 4 mics from the Source, very classic album. Also, the Wu family, Remedy. He has a new album coming out. You fellas need to check this out. He has a lot of great features on here. He has a whole clan going to be on all the songs. He's going to have Conway the Machine on his joint. This is going to be a really good album. It comes out tomorrow. So please, if you are a Wu-Tang fanatic like I am, please make sure you check out Remedy. Remedy is a dope MC, man. It's a white kid. He's actually, I think he's Jewish, but he's a really dope lyricist, man. And he's paying homage to Wu-Tang on his album tomorrow. Mark, this album came out for you. Summer Walker new album.
Yeah.
I haven't had a chance to dive into it. Over it.
Yeah.
Summer Walker made this album for you, Mark.
Hey, yo, if your relationship is on the rocks right now, or you like fucked up and you tried to get back in there, this album couldn't have come at a worse time for you.
Right.
I mean, like Mark, am I lying? Like,
Yeah, you are absolutely right, man.
Worst shit that could happen.
I'm gonna tell you, you know what I'm saying? I was like, man, the album's dope. Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, you might not like the message because I'm just like, yo, she's really going in, you know what I mean, for who she had a baby by that got London on the track, I think, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean, it's a lot of drama there, you know what I mean? For real, it's a lot going on, but I'm gonna try and tell you this song that she has, No Love with SZA. You know what I'm saying? That is my favorite track on that album.
A lot of the ladies just loving this album too, bro.
It's almost like, you know what I'm saying, when I think it was a Mary J album that came out, you know what I'm saying, and the ladies, you know what I mean, were loving that album. Seriously, like, and they were killing us, you know what I mean, when the album came out. So this is like kind of the same thing, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yo, fellas, you know what I mean, especially, you know what I mean, for if you messing with one of them younger Johns, oh boy, you know what I mean, you might catch it. You know what I'm saying? She really might try to stab you. I'm not really sure. This ain't really the time to mess with a young John if she's listening to Summer Walker. It's not a good time for you. I'm telling you that right now.
If you listen to this album, it's going to be a cold winter. So again, fellas, I feel sorry for you guys out there who ain't got something good.
Yeah, man, I'm good money over here.
Oh yeah, Mark, I think on the back of the album she signed to my Philly Bull. So,
and how's she gonna do this shit so close to fucking cuffing season, man? Like,
yeah, I know
she's fucking up the game right now.
She messing up the season right now. Like, man, fellas, I know you got your eyes on some draft picks. Just let it extend a little bit. Yeah, I mean, do not invite her to Thanksgiving. She might use the knife to stab you. Just let that Thanksgiving roll on, push into December. She might have calmed down by then. And don't play Summer. Play something else that's happy. You know what I mean? Don't play her.
Happy music. Play some happy music.
Absolutely.
For real. So the last thing I want to talk about before we get into our main topic, I saw this come across today, fellas, and I'll be honest, I got really excited because I didn't think about this with Marvel talking about doing Black Panther 2, of course, and they're going to feature the child of Chadwick Boseman, T'Challa, and they're saying that potentially, now again, this is just right now, just kind of a little bit of talk, but they are potentially going to use the storyline of T'Challa's son.
Mm-hmm.
And if they do this, I think we can accept this. As a fan of Marvel, as a fan of Black Panther, I told you guys before, with the tragic loss of Chadwick, and I get it, they don't want to recast.
They're trying hard not to. They're trying very hard not to.
But if they go this route and they time jump it, where his son takes on the mantle of the Black Panther, that might be dope. That might be the right way to go.
I dig it.
They can pull that off. Imagine, like, they're saying that these two, him and Nakia had a child together, which in the comics it was him and Storm. The mutant Storm had a child together. But if they go this route with this storyline and have T'Challa's son, take on the mantle and have to deal with the burden of taking the mantle of the Black Panther, that might be it right there. So I'm hoping that Marvel does that, because I still think that these young Black boys need someone like I think they need the Black Panther, man. Like, so many young Black boys really love that movie. And I saw that they had some tributes, some Black boys were like really crying when Chadwick passed away, because the Black Panther passed away. And I think it gave all those kids hope, man. Not saying that a female can't get it done. I think they still should go that route, to have Shuri do the woman version of Black Panther. But if they can get the son and kind of make that storyline come to light, maybe in part 2 or part 3, because they're talking about bringing Namor, the Submariner, against them, I think that'd be so dope, man. So I'm hoping that Marvel goes through with that idea, and that would be, like, for me, the perfect way to make that story continue to go on.
Gotcha.
Absolutely, absolutely. Nick, the villain would be Namor, the Submariner. So that's going to be dope within itself. So can't wait. Marvel never let us down. So yeah, I'm just hoping that they can do this for the kids. Like I think the kids need it. My daughter, I remember I had to tell her that Chadwick Boseman passed away in the Black Panther because that's her favorite movie, and she was really devastated by that. Like, and it was hard. I didn't want to tell her because I didn't want to even say it out loud. I was like, nah. But yeah, man. I hope they do it that way. I think those kids really need that kind of hero. Although Blade is coming, I still think they need Black Panther, man.
Yeah. Well, Blade's like an anti-hero. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So we still need a regular hero.
Yeah, and Blade is crazy. Blade Blade be cursing and shit. Maybe going out. He out of control, man.
Like, kids, I did it for justice. I know I killed like 30 people. You know what I mean? But it's all right.
Right. So, fellas, let's go ahead and get into the main topic. Before we get into it, man, we gotta give Nori his flowers, man. Nori from Drink Champs and DJ EFN, those guys have been cranking out some phenomenal interviews, man. Is he the best interviewer? Absolutely not. He's probably one of the most unorthodox interviewers that you will find. But they respect him enough to come on his platform to tell their story, to share their story, and to just really give us some great content, man. And he went out there and was able to secure Kanye. And Ye doesn't do a lot of these interviews.
No, he doesn't.
I was gonna say that.
Nobody.
Hey.
Well, if you listen to the interview, then you'll find out why he came on there for Nori, probably nobody else.
Right.
Because I had no idea that he named his kid after Nori.
Yeah. I
didn't know that.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, you got to give Nori his flowers, man. Corona Queens, left, right, city Queens get the money.
Of course.
Nori, what? Yeah, you got to give him
wrap that shit up, Shawn. Let's go.
All right, my bad. But let's go ahead and get into. I want to say that, man, because I think it's fitting to give Nori his flowers, man. Because I think it's important to do that for that guy, man. But anyhow, let's get to it, fellas. Let's dive in. I want to break it down in different parts because there's so much to unpack here. Yeah. But I want to break it down because we all talked about some of these parts in previous shows. We didn't go into deep details in some of these things that were coming up, but I wanted to break it down to different perspectives so we can kind of dive into it. So the first one to get into, he kind of talked about the Drake situation. And you guys can remember a few months ago, I'm going for like a month and a half, right? 2 months ago.
Maybe like a couple months ago.
A couple of months ago, I told you guys that the crazy thing about the Drake situation is Drake making like these little subtle diss, and he was like threatening him the whole time. This was the first time Kanye actually came out and say it. Like he was like, dude, making threats to me about my family, like because he don't live too far from him. And some of those records that Drake had, he was making like these little small diss records and everything, and just saying some subliminal things.
Kind of alluded that he might have messed with Kim and all kinds of shit, fucking out of pocket.
Yeah, definitely. But I get why Drake did it though. It's just I'm gonna say like this, man. I mean, to me, when you tell somebody a secret or something in confidence, it's not supposed to get out. It's not supposed to get to anybody else. And that's how Pusha T got the information for the disc. Yes, I mean, we like the record. I'm just like, I just didn't really like how the information was obtained. Like, if somebody's like, for me, I mean, if you tell me something is going to the grave, it ain't going to the bones are going to be buried, and it's going to be buried with me. So I'm just saying, if Drake told him something in confidence about, for the situation, for real, with his child that we didn't know, the public didn't know about, and then all of a sudden, for y'all have a issue, and then that information gets out, that's wrong. So I can understand Drake kind of doing what he did. Not that I think it's right, but I'm just like, yo, you did this, you got to expect some type of reaction. Drake ain't going to just take that on the chin.
Right. There's certain lines you can't cross, right? And they said there's no rules when you got a battle going on. and there are no rules. Technically, there's no rules. Pusha T showed that when he did what he did against Drake, and instead of Drake going back at Pusha T, he started poking Kanye the entire time. He never said he did anything with Kim, but he kind of alluded to it. You know what I mean? He kind of like made these little subtle jabs, like, like, yeah, and
she's still my wife. We ain't got that. There's no paperwork.
Yeah.
Right. So
you're making that shit very clear.
Yeah.
Right. That's some real light skinned stuff Drake be doing, man. Cause like he knows what dude live. Like he talks about those things, and he make these the ones that hurt the most are the ones that you as the rapper listening to it, and you're like, he's talking about me, but I'm gonna sound crazy when I tell people that's about me, because everybody don't know the whole story.
Right.
Like when Jay said, you know who did, you know what, to you know who. Let's keep that between me and you. Like no one knew what he was talking about when he said that. Like no one but one person. But one or two people.
No, I think when it first dropped, I think, it made you think, and then you started putting certain things together. But then you talk to people, who might have been from New York or around the situation, somewhat, and then you pieced it together. But when you first heard it, you just, hey man, you ain't pieced it together that quickly, unless you for it kind of was around the situation.
Right, and that's what Drake is doing in Kanye right now. That's what he's been doing in these rhymes. He was saying things that only Ye and a couple of people may know, but the general population don't know.
Yeah, because Drake could throw something in there like, I was at your crib, right? Now he might have went to use the bathroom, but he walked by the bedroom and then he explaining what sheets you got on the bed.
He'll
throw something, he'll do something like that.
That's exactly how that light-skinned Drake shit works. You're absolutely fucking right.
Right. And Merv is a Drake fan. That song Marvin's Room. I'm pretty sure when that song came out.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, I love that song, even though it's a Dirty Mac anthem.
That is a Dirty Mac anthem.
That's the most dirtiest Mac song I think I've heard in hip hop in the last 10 years.
Trying to tell you, a Jermaine Jackson special.
Yes.
Right.
Yes, absolutely. So when you got that happening, like think about it, fellas. Like honestly, like if you go back and listen to some of them songs that Drake was making about Kanye, right? He never said his name. Only time he really said his name when he said it was like a rhyme he had. He was saying, my pool is big. Now Kanye got a big pool, but I'm just saying mine is big. Remember that joint? I can't remember how it went, but he had to say something like that.
Something like that. Yep.
Throwing these little small jabs out there, like these little light jabs over and over, poking them the entire time. Knowing Kanye is kind of mental at times. He kind of go through these laps. And he don't care. He still mess with him. And he still keep poking him over and over. And when Kanye jumps out there, Drake pulls back and says, I don't know why he's acting like this.
That's psychological warfare like a motherfucker, bro.
But Drake, this is what Drake does. I mean, you remember when he was at the basketball game in Toronto and Jay-Z and Beyonce is sitting there, and then he hands Beyonce a glass of lemonade. Like, this is just what Drake do. How Jay-Z, like that's wild. You're a wild boy for that.
Right.
That's a bullshit now I think about it.
It is. Nah, that's been funny. That's funny, dog.
It is.
That's funny. I mean, shoot, I don't think Jay-Z thought it was funny, but we did.
Hey, I would have had to spill off on him for that, man.
You got to like on the spot. You gotta smack him up on the spot when that
See, but you know what, fellas? It's thinking like that, what I'm saying, that doesn't have us a billionaire status yet. Because we hooking off on Drake in front of the whole world on national television. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody gonna take Drake's side. Why did he do that to Drake?
Yeah,
Drake never hurt nobody.
What happened? You're like, whoa.
Hey, Shawn, this is also why we haven't been hired as Jay-Z security. You know what I'm saying? Because it would be problematic. Like, no, I want you to just make sure me and the wife is cool. It doesn't mean hook off on everybody. Oh, my bad, Jay.
Shawn would have encouraged Drake to hand Beyonce that
definitely
that lemonade.
Oh, definitely.
Hey, bro, you good, man? I'm security, but fuck this dude. Go ahead and give him a lemonade.
Right.
That would be Shawn if he was Jay-Z security.
Oh, I respect that and I support that.
Of course you do.
So did Drake buy a house 5 houses down from Kanye? Or that was just Kanye just talking?
No,
I think
correct.
that's true. I think that's true.
Drake an asshole, bro.
How did he buy the house? The house is on the hills. So he bought it because he's looking down on Kanye's house. And he said in a rhyme. He said in a rhyme, he said, how can you guys say you up here with me and I don't see nobody beside me? Like he's all of these double entendre rhymes that he's having, like he's saying, he's talking about Kanye the entire time.
So that's why Kanye kept repeating the Tupac shit. Like, you and I know the deal.
Right. Right. Because, and then Drake goes and makes songs with Jay. Like I told Tay-Son before, shout out to Tay-Son, Street Team General. I told Tay-Son, I said, man, you think Jay is going to go at Drake? Drake making songs with Jay. He's not going to go at Drake. He's not going to get involved in that.
But didn't Ye say that Jay didn't know or something like that?
That's what Jay said.
Of course, I'm talking to Merv and Marc right now because you're gonna discredit Jay at all costs. We're not gonna do that tonight because at last time I checked, what did Ye say? Why did Ye say he's not gonna go?
Kanye did say that Jay didn't know. That Jay didn't know about that stuff.
He didn't know.
Right.
He think he didn't know.
Yeah. Matter of fact, it was. Well, hey, I'm going with what Kanye said. Matter of fact, Kanye said it was a lot of people that was on songs with Drake.
It didn't know
they had no idea. Shit, they mentioned was that Travis Scott?
Travis Scott.
What's the term? What's the term? You know what I mean for that they use sometimes plausible deniability.
Deniability.
I really didn't know.
This is what Ye said.
Now this is a mega bullshit right here. Go ahead.
Yeah.
It really is.
Everybody that actually worked with Drake on a song, he put them in a group text message. That's some bullshit. Now keep in mind, he said I make more money than all of y'all combined. Jay-Z on there as well.
Hey, listen, when you ain't afraid to dish your wife, you know what I'm saying? You really don't give a shit. Like, I understand Jay-Z was thinking about dissing his wife, you know what I mean, for making a diss track on his wife, but he didn't do it. Kanye is the type, you know what I mean, like, yo, he just think about, I'm dissing my wife on this track tonight. That's what I'm doing.
Is that worth what, 9 billion? Is it 9 billion, right?
Yeah, I think he's up to about like 9 billion.
9 billion.
Yep.
So he's telling these guys, I'm worth more than all of you combined. Y'all over here rocking with this guy.
He threw his wife in there. Like that's his wife. He threw his wife under the bus.
But Marc, he did that to show much of a boss he is because Kim Kardashian's net worth is up there as well. We know Jay-Z's is up there. So he pretty much did that shit to just show the amount of funds he got, you know?
Yeah.
Which I thought was cool. I didn't hate on it.
I have a problem.
I know Shawn.
Y'all know Kanye mental, man. Kanye have like Shawn just said, he will have a mental lapse. I'm not saying he's dumb, but anything like that. He's brilliant, but he also has mental lapses. So that shit don't surprise me when him throwing his fucking wife in there and telling your wife, hey, I'm worth more than you too, bitch.
Right. Like how you put your wife in a group text message to everybody else? Like who does
to talk shit about all of them? I thought I'm worth more than all y'all combined.
Threw his wife in there. That's wild.
Who thinks like that? That is wild, man. That's some stack stuff. That's something that Stacks would pull off. like Stacks would get mad at everybody and put all of them in a group text and his wife in a group text. Everybody gets it. No people, only Stacks and Kanye think that way. Nobody else.
I don't understand, bro. I don't understand why I would be personally attacked like this. I'm gonna take the Drake route, man. I don't know where this came from.
Dude,
I did nothing to you.
Didn't you hang the phone up on your mother yesterday and she a Cowboys fan?
No, I was trolling her on her Facebook page during the game. She said something about Washington being sorry. I was like, what does that have to do with y'all having 0 points right now? So she might have blocked me. I don't know.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I can see for Stacks throwing his mom on the diss track. I don't,
for no reason.
Yeah, remember when you was talking about my football team? You know what I'm saying?
Right, for no reason and rocking out. Yo, man. Yo. So I want to switch gears, man, because he also talked about Big Shawn and John Legend. And when I first heard it, I'll be honest, I was like, man, that's kind of jacked up because he had the tombstone and say his worst decision was signing Big Shawn. But I thought about it, fellas.
That nigga said, I am here because I signed Big Shawn, meaning I'm dead.
Right.
As far as I'm dead.
That was fucked up, man.
That was, but you know what? I thought about it and I said, man, listen, going back to Big Shawn, his biggest wave was with Kanye.
Yeah.
You can't really deny it. When he was with that Good Music Camp.
Good Music Camp, yeah, Good Music.
That was when Big Shawn was on. He was on.
Yeah, he was on like everything, like at that time. Yeah.
And I like Big Shawn. I heard Big Shawn in concert. He was at a concert in Atlanta. My wife and I went to a concert in Atlanta, and he killed it. Big Shawn
just have an album that came out last year?
He had an EP came out a couple of weeks ago. He had an EP came out a couple weeks ago with Hit Boy. So Big Shawn is talented, but for him to say that, I'm like, wow. And I thought about it, so he's not far off. Big Shawn, he was more successful under that Good Music flag than anything else.
I thought the way I took it, Kanye said that because Big Shawn wasn't loyal.
Right.
Him and John Legend wasn't loyal.
Right.
And that's why he said that.
He killed John Legend. I mean, if you thought he killed Big Shawn, he was just like, yo, man, all you do is say what the Democrats tell you to say. You know what I'm saying? You just follow whatever they tell you to do.
But
you know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, and you know what though? Every stance that party takes, that's the black guy they call first. I'm dead serious. You know what I mean? If you really think about it, they have him on everything. And I'm like, because they have John Legend on, you expecting to see a piano and him singing. Right. No, he's not. He's actually speaking on whatever the issue is.
And he is going to sing We Will Never Break on there. They throw that shit. That's like the new theme shit for the fucking Democrats when they when they throw John Legend. They let him talk a little bit, and then next thing you know, we will never break. All that shit will start coming out. So
yeah. And matter of fact, he'll break that in mid-sentence. You know what I mean? For real, when he's rambling or whatever, you know what I'm saying? He'll just break that out. And then you be like, where'd that piano come from? Like, that's exactly what happened.
Right. I mean, I feel like he even said, like he said, Big Shawn, he knows Big Shawn's mother. And he feels like, yo, I took care of this guy. I put this guy in position. And he feels kind of that way with John Legend as well. Because you got to think about John Legend. We really didn't pay John Legend no attention until he came through with Kanye back when the College Dropout and all that came out. When that whole he brought that whole wave with him during that time. And then John Legend caught fire and he became something special. Yeah. So
and it created a new lane another lane for R&B at that time.
Right.
Because who was out doing like John Legend? You know what I mean? But when Kanye kind of put him on the stage to do it, people took to it. You know what I'm saying? So he owe Kanye that.
And Kanye and which albums that was Ordinary People?
That was
second album. Get Lifted.
Was that second or third?
That was first.
Hold on. John Legend?
Yeah,
John Legend. John Legend, one of my favorite artists. So that's his first album. It was Get Lifted.
Kanye came on there and blessed him with a goddamn verse. I forgot what those. I think it was like track 4 on that album.
Mm-hmm. The one now, you know that I love you.
Yeah,
that one.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
I mean, he gave him a good boost because remember he was on Kanye's album, the first album. He was with
song?
That movie. It was I forgot the name of that song, but he was on the first album of Kanye because it was him. He brought Selena Johnson through. He brought all those guys through at that one time.
College Dropout.
The College Dropout. Yeah, go back and look at that album.
I'll tell you in a minute. I know what you're talking about.
Legend.
Yeah, I want to know what song John was on.
Hold up. I'll tell you in a second.
So basically, Kanye put John Legend on.
Yes, I'm not gonna say he discovered John Legend, but
no, I said discovered. I said put him on.
But he put him. He brought him to the stage though.
Yeah, he put him on. He put him on because John Legend, all those guys, they were a part of that whole crew, that whole movement, that whole backpack movement. When you had Stephen Johnson, even Mos Def, all those guys, Jamie Foxx, when he brought Jamie Foxx on those songs, on that song with Gold Digger.
Slow Jams.
Yeah, Slow Jams and Gold Digger. So that whole movement, Kanye was in the middle of all of that.
Yep.
So he's like, yo, you owe me something. That's kind of like even with the Talib Kweli thing.
Oh,
he was
good
boy, he killed
him. He killed him worse than anybody on
the show. He destroyed Talib Kweli, bro.
It's like
listen, that with Kweli, I mean, yo, he slaughtered him. It's like he took him to the damn slaughterhouse, man, and just hacked him to death, man. I mean, I'm like, yo, Michael Myers came out. I mean, Halloween just came out. I think Kanye, I mean, he could have wore the mask. He could have wore the mask, I mean, for Kweli. That's how crazy that was. He said, yo, Common's 1,000 times better. Now, I mean, 1,000 times. I think he's wrong when you say 1,000 times. 1,000 times means I mean, Kweli's a piece of shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, no, dude, nah. I mean, Common ain't that much better, I mean, for the Kweli. 1,000 times better? Nah.
I mean, he added the oomph to it.
Yeah.
but man,
he's better. I mean, I think everybody admit that.
Yeah.
But 1,000 times better.
but this is another one I had to think about. What was one of Talib's, what was one of his most, I guess, recognizable songs, in your opinion? In my opinion, it was the Get High.
Mine is the Blast. You know what I mean? For a blast with hot tech.
You said get him high. You talking about the one that's on College Dropout?
Yes.
No, and then he had Get By. You know what I mean?
That was on Talib Kweli's joint.
Yeah, he had Get By, and then he had Jay-Z on the remix.
Yeah, you know that was the joint that Kanye produced.
Yeah, Kanye did that record. Yep.
Yeah, that was the one that people started paying attention to Talib. That song went hard during that time.
Which one?
Get By. You know what I mean? And then Hov was on remix. Yeah. But here's the thing. See, when you have personal problems, right? When you have a personal problem with somebody, you're going to amplify how much, I mean, for real, like you're going to come at them and make them look like they ain't shit. That's just the way it is. You know, it's something, I mean, for the Shawn does, you know what I mean, from time to time, you know what I'm saying? Amplify like you really ain't shit. But I'm gonna do it in front of the camera. Like off camera, I ain't gonna go at you too hard. But once the camera start rolling, I'm just really gonna put you under the ground. Stacks, you know how he does, right? Okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? No, but seriously though, I mean, he came at his neck though. Like cause it got off the music. Then he just like came at him as a person. Like you ain't shit as a person. I'm like, goodness. That was crazy.
That was rough.
That was
brutal. What I like about all this, fellas, is that everyone he called out, even Soulja Boy, he said Soulja Boy versus whack.
Yeah.
Everybody he called out, they have already responded. And Merv and I was talking yesterday briefly, and I told Merv, I said, man, it's funny because Jay typically don't say anything about anything, right? Jay typically laid back. You don't really hear too much when something happens. He may say something under the radar, but it doesn't go viral unless he says it out loud. And Jay even says something about the comment Kanye made about Just Blaze biting his style during the Blueprint circuit. And fellas, I had to go do some research because Jay said it. Jay would ask that question like, yo, do you think Kanye was right? And Jay said, it's not fair. That's not fair to Just Blaze because everyone that came into the studio to work on that album, they had an assignment. And the assignment was I need for you guys to help me create a soulful album. And everyone, it was really three main producers on that album. It was Just Blaze, Kanye, and Bink. Timbaland threw one track on there, Eminem threw one track on there, of course. But it was those three that actually had the bulk of the production. And what Jay said that wasn't fair, I had to go back and look at the track list. I had to actually pull out this joint right here, fellas. I had to pull it out. I had to go pull it out.
The best album you got in your house right now.
No, not really. I got several more better than this one, but that's not the point here. I had to pull this out, man. And Merv, I'm gonna throw this at you because these are the songs that Just Blaze produced on that album. And I had to remind myself what he produced. Just Blaze produced Girls, Girls, Girls. Dope song, right? I forgot that he produced Song Cry. That's a Just Blaze. And he produced I knew he produced You Don't Know. I think everybody know that.
Everybody know that.
He produced You Don't Know. Like, you don't know what you do.
But
we know the album.
But Kanye was just like, yo, here's where I got lost with it. You know what I'm saying? So help me out. It was just like, yeah, man, he was following me. He was copying what I did. I'm like, hey man, Just Blaze made shit before you even came on the scene that was hot.
Right.
Like, so how was he copying you when he made hot shit before you?
He was talking about the Blueprint. He was talking about the Blueprint album, Mark.
He was on the Blueprint
because the Blueprint album.
All right, but I'm gonna say like this: Kanye, listen to anything that Kanye did, even on the Blueprint album or otherwise, right? I'm like, yo, you ain't do a beat like You Don't Know. Where on the album you got a beat like that's better than that? Where is it on the Blueprint? Tell me.
But Mark, here's what he produced. He produced The Takeover, of course.
Heart of the City.
He produced Izzo, H to the Izzo.
Heart of the City.
Yeah,
Heart of the
I
City.
give him credit.
And Never Change.
Yeah, I mean, I give Kanye credit, but I'm just saying, just to be like, yo, I did these records. You know what I'm saying? The shit you did was copying off the shit I did on Blueprint. I don't see it. I don't see that.
When he said it, I immediately say he's right. But then I went back and started listening to it and kind of reading the credits again. I'm like, he may have his own point. We don't know how everything went in that studio. We don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Jay said that's not fair.
Based off what Jay, I kind of agree with Jay.
Yeah.
Based off what Jay said, that he came in there and he told everybody, "This is what I want. I want a soulful. Like this is my vision." So that means probably just about everybody's fucking production is going to sound similar because you want the album to sound fucking cohesive. Right. You don't want the damn first half sound like Kanye and the second half sound like Dr. Dre. I use Dr. Dre because it's totally different kind of how they all make their beats. So I'm pretty sure Jay wanted this shit to sound cohesive. Consistent going through. So of course, whoever made the beat second is gonna sound similar to the first production beats because you want the album to flow. So after Jay saying that, it makes sense on why he said that's not really fair to say. In my opinion.
I can see that because Bink did Mama Loves Me, The Ruler's Back, and he did All I Need. And of course, he had that one song that probably could have left off of that nigga Jigga. That was by Tone and Poke. So the album, like you said, Merv, everyone came in there with that assignment to make a soulful album. And for the longest, I've been even arguing with you guys saying that the Blueprint is a masterpiece made by Kanye and Jay-Z. But I forgot that Bink and Just Blaze contributed just as much as he did. It was equal share across the board. But
the fact that he produced Girls, Girls, Girls and song Cry.
Right.
If he didn't make any other song on there, off those two songs alone, Jay-Z gotta give that nigga much credit because to this day, Song Cry is almost like you probably call that shit a quickly acclaimed single. Like song,
it is. That's what
Like,
that is one of my most favorite Jay-Z tracks of all time.
Everybody
he's ever done.
Absolutely.
Everybody.
Absolutely.
Girls singing that shit, niggas singing that shit, and then and girls. Yo, that was like an anthem for
but
when that shit.
I'll say like this, man. I think
the flow was phenomenal.
I think with Kanye, once again, it's just like it's a little more grandstanding because I'm just like, yo, you know, I was like, what you said, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, nah, that's not. I'm like, I don't believe you. That's number one. But then number two, he has to throw the bravado in. Well, look where Just Blaze is. Look where I am. I'm like, well, dude, you're an artist. You're a producer. You're a fashionista. You're an entrepreneur. You know what I mean? So that's why you are where you are. You know what I'm saying, dude? You know what I mean? If you listen to Jay-Z, stick to the beats, homie, you would never be where you are. You know what I'm saying? So don't try to invoke, you know what I mean, the super producer type of thing when you had other shit to get you to where you at. It wasn't just you being a good producer. Right. Let's call it what it is.
Right. And Marc, to your point, a lot of that was flex. Like he was flexing a lot.
I was about to say, look, the nigga feeling himself. That whole a lot of that interview was like on some. I don't know somebody pissed him off like 10, 20 years ago, told him you was going. It sounds like somebody hit him with that fucking 5 heartbeats dash at Eddie King. You ain't shit. I ain't shit. I think somebody told that nigga that about 20 years ago. And now he a billionaire. It was like, yo, I got a shit list. Almost like Michael Jordan had doing the Hall of Fame speech.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You know what I mean? And shit on everybody.
Because he took that personal.
He took it personal.
And then he did it again on The Last Dance. I keep forgetting that.
And that's what Kanye doing right now. He done reached that plateau, and it's like he's willing to shit on everybody except Jay-Z. Only thing he's gonna say about Jay-Z is, well, that nigga selfish. But he'll tell you, like, you know, I'm selfish, but I ain't gonna get. Well, I'm not gonna battle because that's the boss.
But he's the boss. What do you call Jay-Z?
He said I ain't gonna battle in the verses because that's the boss.
Yeah.
So
he did say that.
Everybody else is fair game to Kanye shitting on him.
I don't blame Kanye, man. Nobody wants to come for the throne, man. So
I mean, he did say this too, Stacks. Just in case you didn't see that part, he did say that too, man. He did say that.
Yeah, I think I stopped watching. You know.
Okay. He did say Nas is the greatest rapper of all time, and I mean that goes without saying. But anyhow, to Merv make a great point, man, because here the thing about this, and I ask you guys this question and be honest. If you was in that status and you were having conversations with Nikola Tesla and you having conversations with Elon Musk, do you not flex for that? If we having a general conversation, I'm like, hey fellas, I just finished this conversation with Elon. He's talking about a little something, but what you guys got to talk about tonight? Do you not flex for that? Like honestly, come on.
Yeah, I mean, but you know what?
My niggas know. My niggas know.
But here's the thing: he gets it from Jay-Z though, because Jay-Z, I mean, for real, you know, would flex anytime Jay-Z could flex, he would flex and still does it. Right? I mean, like we just talked about the other week, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, that's gonna come out in a flex when Jay-Z decides to drop another verse. You know what I'm saying? Please so I'm like, you see where he get it from, you know what I'm saying? And I have no problem with it with any of them.
Right.
I have no problem with it.
So I do have a question for all of you guys, because now it makes you look at everything he was saying about his, you know, how important he was, not just to the blueprint, but also how, you know, Dame. He's very loyal to Dame. And he's also loyal to Beanie. He's always been loyal to Beans and Dame in a different way.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Yeah, I'm saying when you get to me, I mean, I'll speak on that.
He's always had this loyalty for those guys. Like you would never hear Ye say anything greasy about Dame or Beans. Mm-hmm. So Marc, fittingly so, I'm gonna go to you about that situation.
I'm gonna say like this, right? Kanye was always like the little brother to Beans. You know what I'm saying? at Rock. You know what I'm saying? You know, because Beans took the family shit serious. That Rock La Familia and all that, he took it seriously. I mean, Jay might have not took it as serious, you know, as Beans did, but Beans did, you know, just, you know what I'm saying? And if Kanye's a little brother, it was just, yo, yeah, I'm saying, you know, he's the one that really tried to pump him, you know, with confidence, you know what I mean, for to get in there and rap. Now, I understand, you know, looking at it from where Kanye is now, it seems crazy, you know what I'm saying, that, wait a minute, somebody had to influence Kanye, you know what I mean, to get in and do Kanye? Like, but that happens. Sometimes you don't have the confidence, you know what I mean, when you first start out. But he, you know what I mean, he kept pushing him to do it. And also, you know what I'm saying, Beans had to save him a couple times, you know what I'm saying, you know, in Philly and New York, you know, when guys was trying to press him and all that. Beans is just, you ain't going to bully my little brother or manhandle him in any way. You the one's going to get handled, you know what I'm saying? Also true situation. So it was a brother type of relationship that they had. And then speaking on Dame, you know what I'm saying, I'm like, as crazy as he can be sometimes, right? And how crazy over the top his antics are. I'm like, yo, the dude really is a visionary. I'm like, you have to, I'm like, all that Rockefeller shit, you know what I mean, for it ended up getting to where it went, that's Dame. You know what I'm saying? Even if you look back on Jay-Z, you know what I'm saying? To put Jay-Z in a status, you know what I mean, where he's kind of like a boss, you know what I mean, or whatever, before being a boss was actually, you know, being a boss. I'm like, you gotta credit Dame for that too. You know what I'm saying? You talking about before, right? Before Reasonable Doubt was coming out, you could hear the stories about how they, you know what I mean, used to move and shaking them streets and everything like that with the marketing and all that. A lot of that is Dame. So a lot of artists, really basically all the artists that came through Rockefeller, they are definitely beholden to Dame because they were just like, yo, I don't know if I would have had the vision to do my own projects once I broke off from, you know what I mean, for Rockefeller, you know, split, to be able to do that. And even Jay had to give credit to Dame, even though they were going through their thing or whatever, you know, he had to give credit to him. And one last thing I'll say is, one thing about Jay, you know what I'm saying, whoever he's beefing with, right, or however long the beef lasts, you know, it seems like he finds a way to resolve those things. You know what I'm saying? Because he's had beef with everybody in Rockefeller, from Cameron to Beans to Dame to Kanye. You know what I mean? He's resolved, you know what I mean, for, like, you know, all of them really almost except Dame. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's going to get resolved too, because I'm like, Jay-Z, man, he's kind of a nostalgic guy. And I think when you walk, when him and Dame take that walk down memory lane, you know what I mean, when they get a chance, you know what I mean, to talk, I think everything's going to be fine after that. They just haven't done it yet.
Dame wants to squash it as well. They have reports come out that he's going to go ahead and
absolutely.
I know Shawn don't like that, but yeah, they're going to squash it.
No, I think they should, man. I think he shitted on Dame, and I think they should squash it though. But I do want to ask Merv this, man, because some of the things Kanye was saying, man, it was very, made me think a lot about his importance, not just to hip hop, but also to Rockefeller. If you remove Kanye from Rockefeller, if, to Marc's point, if Beans never gave him that push, do we get that golden era of Rockefeller that Kanye pretty much ushered? Because keep in mind, before Kanye, you had Memphis Bleak and Mill and Beans.
Oh, that's shit. That's a good question. It's tough to see. It's tough to see them reaching that the plateau that they reached, the status that they reached without Kanye.
Yeah.
Because a lot of if you start with the Blueprint, all right, before Blueprint, Jay-Z was just he's one of the dope rappers. That's it. He's like one of the dope rappers. He wasn't the rap. He was just like, he falls in. He's one of the rappers from New York. After you drop Blueprint, it put that nigga in another stratosphere.
He was out of here. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He was out of here. Yeah.
if Kanye West was I'm learning this from hearing y'all, but if Kanye West was the engine that put the blueprint together, if there's no Kanye West, then there's no blueprint. If there's no blueprint, is this no Jay-Z that we've become to know, because it was a blueprint that took that nigga on a whole nother stratosphere and never looked back.
Right.
So without Kanye, yeah, it might not have been this Jay that we see today, or that Rockefeller hitting that stride.
And I think it doesn't, if it's no Kanye, I don't think the bridge is there, right? Because you see how Rockefeller bridged to Rock La Famille, then it bridged to, Rock Nation. I don't think that happens if Kanye ain't around, because I'm like, Kanye really was the bridge builder between the Rockefeller era to Rock Nation. You know what I'm saying? He was, for real, the superstar that was able to bridge Jay-Z into other avenues, because it's like, if I can handle a superstar like Kanye, I can handle a superstar in any other field, no matter what it is, sports, whether it's business, whether it's this or that. I was just like, man, I think a lot's older Kanye, that Jay-Z was able to kind of, to walk across this bridge, you know what I'm saying? And then go ahead and build and rebuild and rebrand.
Right.
I think Kanye was very important with that. You know what I'm saying? Not only the music, but just him as a personality, and Jay, kind of ushering, him into the superstar thing, because Jay, was a superstar before Kanye. So he was just like, he kind of got to show him how to do it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And was able to build a bridge. And I think that's very important to where Jay is now. I think that was good groundwork laid. And it worked out well for both of them, I think.
Man, that's very interesting. Because I thought about, I listened to Jay's Hall of Fame speech, which I thought was great. And listening to that Kanye interview, and I thought about it, I'm like, dude, he might be on something, because if you guys think about it, Reasonable Doubt is Jay's baby. That's his thing. Like, we regard that as a classic, right? Everywhere you go, anyone who knows hip hop, who loves hip hop, that is a classic. But then he was on his own merit off of that. And the second album, he even mentioned it at the Hall of Fame. Like, he kind of laughed it off, like, it's not, whatever with that one, because he was following the steps of Bad Boy. And that's why the album had like a Bad Boy vibe. And then the third album, he was pretty much following the steps of Swizz Beatz, because at the time, Swizz Beatz and Rough Riders were really, really hot. So he kind of wrote that in. And, the fourth album, he was still kind of rocking that Timbaland and that Swizz Beatz. So he got to a point where, like, creativity wasn't really coming out from him. It was coming from those he was really partnering with, those he was connecting with. And then all of a sudden, you hit with Kanye, you get Just Blaze, another in-house producer. You get all of these guys, this talented team in-house.
Right there.
Like, when Kanye said he's selfish, like, he's right. I want the best that you guys got, because that's going on my album.
You know what, though? I'm going to tell you, right? It's almost like a team, what Jay did. You see a team that drafts and a team that brings in free agents, right? And sometimes the free agency don't work, particularly when it comes to, like, football as opposed to basketball. What I think is, for when he had Kanye and Just Blaze, those are guys that were in-house that he brought in. He didn't have to, let me partner with this guy. I got the dope shit right here. Right. You know what I'm saying? Let's rock out with these guys. And then when all of a sudden Blueprint came, right? And then you see the other albums that came after that, and they were good as well, including Kanye's work. You know what I'm saying? So it's a smart move. It was a good decision.
So I got a question. So what I'm saying, listening to y'all, can we say that Kanye West is who is responsible for giving Jay-Z his unique sound, and what made him and give him his true identity?
Absolutely.
I don't know.
Because Kanye kind of said it. If you go back to the Watch the Throne album, and matter of fact, Merv, you know I'm talking about this yesterday too. When somebody pointed out to me, they said, "Man, if you think about it, Kanye really outperformed Jay on that album because that was his comfort zone. That was his album." That Jay,
Yeah, I don't know how much. I don't know if I agree with that though.
No, it's people who did say, I'm saying that, I mean, for that Kanye, I'm saying, head to head, I mean, for real, like, it's people who sided with Kanye, I mean, that they
On
thought
the Watch the Throne album?
and I watched it
on Thrones, I mean, for
I'm
that.
gonna go back and listen to that.
He shined over Jay a little bit, maybe not by a lot,
Not
but
by a
I
lot.
mean, by a little, it's like he got him, like
because he was
a
close to
1A 1B type situation. But I've heard
Okay,
that.
I'll have to go back and listen to that.
Yeah. He was coasting on that album because he was in his pocket, and that wasn't Jay's pocket. That album is a Kanye album. Even Magna Carta, that's not really the Jay that we know album, right? And you think about the albums that didn't do well for Jay after Blueprint, those are the albums that Kanye didn't have a lot to do with. Go back in Blueprint 2, Kingdom Come. Kanye didn't do anything on Kingdom Come and Blueprint 2. He didn't have a lot of production say. He wasn't an architect on those albums.
Who did Black Album?
The Black Album was a combination. You had Kanye on there. You had I think you had a couple of joints from Just Blaze on.
Just Blaze was on it. Yep.
Yeah. He had a lot of people on that one. You got Swizz, you got Timbo. He had a lot of people on that Black Album.
Yeah.
What about Blueprint 3?
That was a lot of Just Blaze, I believe. Just Blaze, he had, I think, Tone and Polk on that one as well.
But not that much Kanye?
Not that much Kanye at all.
So his remedy, his formula is Kanye plus Just Blaze.
Correct. Now, but keep in mind, Just Blaze kind of messed up the Kingdom Come because Just Blaze was the heavy architect on Kingdom Come.
Yeah, but you just said Kanye wasn't on it. I said the formula is Kanye plus Just Blaze. And it sounds like Kanye need to be the base, need to be the foundation of it, and then Just Blaze need to play off of Kanye.
Right. Because Marc made a point, because Kanye is such a visionary, because you got to give a guy credit. The guy thinks leagues ahead of a lot of people out there. Because he's such a visionary and because he's such a wave. If you listen to Kanye's albums, his albums are so progressive. His albums, even you go back to 808s and Heartbreaks, that album ushered in the Drake era. Because every other rapper after that was rhyming like Kanye. That's why he don't look at Drake as a peer. He look at him as a son. Like, yo, I gave birth to you. I gave birth to your whole style. So Kanye has always been that progressive guy. He has always been the one that changed the trajectory of what music sound like in hip hop. Period. He's always been that guy.
And I think kind of talks to Drake like in that way. But I think with Drake, what I'm saying, kind of growing up, kind of being where he's at, he like, yo, I ain't your little brother no more, man. This ain't, for real, young boy Drake no more. And I think that's where you have the, I ain't gonna call it beef, but maybe like a little bit of tension. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of like, for when you deal with your older brother or, for your cousin who's like your older brother or whatever, right? It's like, yo, I ain't young boy Shawn no more. You're not gonna talk to me like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I think that's the kind of little thing that they got, you know what I mean, for real, where you can see it come out for the public a little bit.
Right. Because if you listen to 808s and Heartbreak and you go back and listen to Drake's joint So Far Gone, it's a follow-up to 808s and Heartbreak. It sounds just alike because that's the pattern that he used. Even when Kanye said, when Jay went, that song Is That Your Chick? When Jay switched up his flow, Nas didn't ever switch up his flow. He said Nas kind of went, Jay went over here, Nas went this way. But he said when auto-tune came out, when everybody started using that kind of auto-tune-ish type of vibe, he said Jay was still here and auto-tune took it over here. And Jay never was able to get over there because the music was changing. and no one is immune to that kind of change. The music.
Well, I don't. Well, you brought the R2 thing. Jay wasn't trying to go over there though.
No, he wasn't.
He wasn't trying to go over there. Matter of fact, Jay might be responsible was killed that shit because DOA Death of Autotune, goddamn, it took off.
Well, it really only killed T-Pain. You know what I mean? Everybody else was auto-tuning to death. He might have put like this, right?
That's auto-tune.
No, but you got to understand. He killed an artist in auto-tune. He might have killed the biggest artist in auto-tune at the time, but he didn't kill auto-tune because everybody else was already on it. You know what I'm saying? So he ain't killed a movement. He just killed, you know what I mean, for the main guy of the movement, but the movement just kept moving anyway. Auto-tune is still here today. He ain't get to kill it. He just killed one man.
The Carter
we
Three auto-tune. Future.
We gonna get back actually talking about the drink caps.
This is all part of the drink champs because this is what Kanye's talking about.
It's not. We've been talking about why how Jay-Z's used everybody to be successful except for himself. That we've been talking about for the last 30 minutes.
We did?
No,
I didn't notice.
Motherfuckers, your ears working?
I'm sorry you got that out of that. I'm sorry you got that out of that, man.
All right, continue. Continue.
I'm sorry you put that out of that. But in closing, what we learned tonight is that Jay is a let me see, chill out. But no, in closing, I think it was a really great interview, man. Kanye was vulnerable. He showed a side. There were some things I was really concerned about because he was kind of talking that crazy talk a little bit too. Like, if I don't, if this is my last interview, it's all tape, all that stuff. Those things kind of worry me sometimes when people talk like that. But you can tell, man, that he really was talking like that. Yeah, but
I mean, remember at the concert, like, please don't kill me, Jay-Z. Please don't send your shooters at me. I know you got hit with Jay-Z. Like that's a Kanye thing, man. Like he
knows Jay-Z
like that for years. That's nothing new.
You know Jay's not gonna kill him though, man. But
my point is that's how he talks. That's nothing new. There's nothing to be alarmed about.
But it's an intimate setting. And he's talking crazy talk like that.
I think when he talks politics, you know what I mean, for real, he kind of, they might could take me out of there. You know what I mean, for real, I believe him then. You know what I mean, for maybe not with Jay-Z, but with politics in general, because ain't like the government ain't take out other people before. Like, shit.
Right, those things they bother me when people talk like that. Because Pop used to always talk about death and big, death, and you see what happened. You can't put certain things into the air, man. And I don't know those guys talk like that.
I agree with that.
But I think that Nori did a really great job on letting Kanye talk. Nori has a habit where he'll just cut people off when they're trying to get a story out, and the story goes a whole different way. But I'm glad that he was able to really let everybody breathe on the track that day.
Hey, Shawn, by any chance you got those people that Nori was yelling out, as far as like who Ye was picking? Like had Biggie Big Pun, he had he had Jay-Z and Dame that CEO, huh?
That Quick Time Islam, yeah. Do I have that?
Yeah, you haven't.
He had it, but he did a bunch of those, man. That went on for like an hour.
If you had just some, if you had some of them.
He did Pharrell and Timbaland. I know he went with Tim. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He did Jadakiss and Fab. He went with Jada because of the voice. He said because of the voice. He was just like, you know what I'm saying? He was like that voice though, right? You know what I'm saying? I know he went with that. You know what I'm saying? He did Beans in the Game. Obviously, he's going to choose Beans because that's his guy. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And I think he did
Scarface too.
Yeah, you know what I mean? He did something else, you know what I mean? Where it's like, he said Mobb Deep's favorite group of all time. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean?
Mobb Deep Outkast. It was Outkast and Goody Mob. He's an Outkast unless you do Mobb Deep. That's Mobb Deep. Then it was like, well, Outkast Mobb Deep is not. It's too late.
I thought also when he pointed out, Atlanta, he was just like, Outkast and them was dope, but he's like, Atlanta really ain't hit till Bone Crusher came with that Never Scared. That's when, because that was street. You know what I'm saying? That was gutter. You know what I'm saying? And I felt him on that. I felt him on that.
I thought it was dope how he holds My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
Yes.
In the high regard, as I hold it. He put that album up against anything. He pretty much saying that's the best fucking shit ever.
Yes.
And I agree with it because
certainly he said it was the best he ever did.
That's what I like. That's what I like about it. And in my opinion, that's his masterpiece right there. I know a lot of people like graduation, college graduation, and things like that. But My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, I'm going to be listening to that probably 30 years from now.
That's the one. That's the one. But that's the one he put a lot of work into, man. Because I remember when he was making that album, he went and got RZA and Swizz Beatz, and they were helping him with a new sound. Like, you go and get RZA first and foremost, and you go and get Swizz, and you're a top producer yourself to try to create a whole new sound, man. That I thought that was dope, the process that he went through to make that album. And I agree, Stack. That's, to me, that's his number one. And that's not even a close race with the other ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one. That's in my top. That might be my top 5 albums of all time. It's up there. Maybe top 10, but it's up there.
It's a masterpiece, bro, in my opinion.
It's a masterpiece. From top to bottom, it's a masterpiece.
He had John Legend on that one.
Yeah.
Blame game. Let's play the blame game.
Yeah.
I love you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's when he was dissing Amber
Rose. Yeah. He went in. He was spitting. He spit on that album a lot. He was a spitter on that album too.
He was.
Masterpiece. Love it.
He was, man. That Big Ross killed that verse too, and Devil in the
Devil in the Blue Dress.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Yo, Ross be killing these features, man.
Hey yo.
Yeah. That's my favorite joint, man. So fellas, let's wrap this thing up. I'm gonna start with you, Stacks. What's your closing remarks, man?
The Drink Champ interview with Kanye was legendary. I liked it. Learned a lot about a lot of different stuff about Kanye. Somebody had put on Facebook like Kanye's not crazy. It's just kind of like what Merv said. There's some things that he's just gonna say because he's Kanye. I don't excuse shit like that because I don't think that people should just randomly say crazy shit. But I guess when you got 9 billion, you can do shit like that.
Nice.
But phenomenal artist. Overall, it was a really good video. He came out there with the fucked up whammy haircut, like we call it, where I'm from. And he's Kanye. I guarantee you, motherfuckers be walking around looking like Patchy McPatcher. That's gonna be a thing. I just think because who Kanye is, it's some cats is gonna have the fucked up, and you can do it yourself. That's the beauty of it. All you gotta do is just clip us and fuck your shit all the way up.
Yeah.
Yeah, but don't just patch your shit up. Get a line up. Just like his homegirl told him to get a line up. You gonna patch your shit up, still get a line up, nigga.
Yeah. Gotta get it official. What you got, Merv?
One thing I learned, and I think I learned it after. So Kanye's big on loyalty. All right. He talks shit about a lot of people, but it seems like I watch Scarface, and Scarface, I never fucked anybody that didn't deserve to be fucked. All right. And I think that's how Kanye feels. Like anybody that he was talking shit about or talking negative light, he felt like either they betrayed him or they did him dirty or they earned it. Well, but the people that he feel was loyal to him or was there from the beginning and showed love from the beginning before he became who he is, he's looking out. And that a lot of people that make it there, especially black people, don't do that. Like he's going to give. He's supposed to be giving Beanie Siegel $50 million check because he came out with the name Yeezy, and Yeezy is the name of his business. Right. He also is going to make Beanie Siegel 5%, give him 5% ownership stock into the Yeezy Corporation was last year they made $1.7 billion. Multiply that by 5%. And that's what he's supposed to be giving Beanie after this Drinks Camp interview. And he also said that Dame had the vision and brought him on. If it wasn't for Dame, we wouldn't have Kanye. So Kanye helped the Rockefeller out by bringing Kanye on, which Kanye doubled back and took them to the stratosphere. But he also said as long as people talking about Dame and Kanye pockets. Dame said, as long as I'm alive, that nigga could be in my pockets, and it's nothing for y'all to mention my fucking name or his name and what the fuck I do or what the fuck he do. Because I know what the fuck he did when I wasn't here. So I really could appreciate that shit. We're talking about Dame and you're talking about Beanie. So shout out to Kanye on that shit.
Absolutely. Mark, what you got for us, homie?
Man, I'm like, man, you know what? I was thinking the same thing before Merv even said it. You know what I'm saying? Just the loyalty. You know what I'm saying? But one thing, like even the people that he mentioned, you know what I'm saying, that he felt might have wronged him in some way, it's not any bad blood with them either. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, it's on site. You know what I mean? For real, when I see you, it's not that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I still have love for Drake. Still have love for Travis Scott. You know what I'm saying? Right. I still got love for Jay, and you know what I'm saying? Like, and I think he pointed something out. Just because you have a disagreement doesn't mean, you at war. You know what I'm saying? Now, it took me a long time to learn that lesson. A long time. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad that I finally learned it. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, that kind of spoke to me even when, you know what I'm saying, I talked to you guys and we might not agree on how a show should be set up or whatever the case may be. It don't mean, you know what I'm saying, like, we at war. It just means we have a difference of opinion. You know what I'm saying? And I wish more people would be like that, where it's just like, if you have a difference of opinion doesn't mean war. It's just a difference of opinion. And a difference of opinion, guess what? You know what I'm saying? You could talk about it, you know what I'm saying, and be like, okay, I see where you coming from. This is where I'm coming from. You know what I'm saying? And then have some middle ground. Right. And I was just like, man, you know what? If Kanye go through for what he went through with different people and we seen it play out in front of the world, I like, guess what? If Kanye can go through that and everything cool, you can go through that, and I guarantee you everything will still be cool. So learn that from Kanye, if anything.
Absolutely. And I want to kind of just piggyback off of that, man. Well said, Mark. Well said, man. Even well said, Merv as well, man. Just that's very important, man, because I remember Stacks and I had a long talk about, I think about 2 or 3 weeks ago, man. And I said, one of my biggest opportunities I have, my weakness is people. Like, I have a huge heart for people. And I said, I feel like I've been done wrong, but I always find a way, some kind of crazy way to forgive people. You know what I mean? And even listening to the Kanye interview and how, like Mark mentioned, like he was saying how, I got beef with Drake in the beginning of the interview. Drake was saying this about me, threatening my life. And at the end, he was saying, I still got love for that dude. And I'm going to try my best to sit down with him. And they are making it, before the pod came on, I saw something, Mark, that they actually, him and Jay Prince were together. Kanye and Jay Prince were together.
Yeah, that was love. That was love.
So you know what that means.
Right.
Him and Jay Prince together. The next step is him and Drake going to get together.
Because that's Drake's big brother.
That's Drake's big brother. So he's making attempts to make amends. Even after dude tried to sabotage him and get in his psyche, he's still willing to make amends. And that takes a lot, man. You got to have to give people grace even after they make you feel like trash or make you feel fucked up, and you still give them grace. That's heavy. And that's one of the things that I honestly that's one of the things that I really took away from that. Because when I was telling Stacks that I feel that my heart outweighs my mind sometimes, that's why I got from Kanye. That at times we want to respond a certain way, but what does it do for anybody? You know what I mean? Like, I'm more at peace in my life more than anything else. And I think that's what Kanye is trying to get to. I think he's trying to, like, I'm a billionaire, I'm worth $9 billion. Now I want to keep my marriage, and now I want to have peace. And I want to make peace with everybody. I'll make things right. I want to get Beanie this money. Like Merc said, he don't have to give Beanie a share of anything. But he's about to set Beanie up and Beanie's family up for life.
Generations.
Even on the song that he got on the Doctor song, on the song, this one he got on Doctor album, it's for my kids, and their kids. Like, he's telling you
that's some shit. That's talking that shit right there, bro.
I'm telling you that. He said this is for my kids, and their kids. He's thinking not about the money I got in the moment. I'm thinking about what I'm generating for, like, my generation moving forward. And that was the first time I've heard that Kanye actually broke it down so simple and so graceful and so tasteful that it made me take a step back and like, damn, I need to, like, kind of shore some things up myself. You know what I mean? Because I want to be able to create wealth for my kids. You know what I'm saying? And I want people around me to be successful as much as possible. And if I can't make one or two people around me successful, then what am I mean it for? You know what I mean? So that was my biggest takeaway. I really enjoyed the interview. I really enjoyed the commentary from everybody who actually did podcasts on this, because it was blowing up all over the weekend coming into today. And I'm glad we were able to get into our bag as well. So with that said, shout out to everybody that rocks with us. Shout out to my brothers, the Full Horsemen. We on this joint tonight. Shout out to Blackjack TV. Shout out to everybody, man. To those on the front lines, behind the scenes. Shout out to the crew, Tayson, the Street Team General, Becca, Tina. Shout out to Nick J in the comments, with Tina in the comments tonight. Shout out to everybody, man, who rock with us, man. And shout out to those who don't rock with us. We're going to bring you over to our side one way or the other. So continue to rock with us. We'll get you there as well. Thank you, brothers, for the night. We're going to do this again. Tomorrow, we got the Stacks and Merv show tomorrow, featuring Tayson. I'm sure they got some things baking up for you guys out there. Then we're going to come right back in the middle of the week on Wednesday to hit you across the head. We have another show coming up on Wednesday. So we got a lot of stuff baking, got a lot of moves that we're making. And we thank you guys for being here on the journey. Again, fellas, appreciate y'all. Peace.